I was again going. Then he told me, "Oh, would you like me to give you a carrier bag?" So you remember, Kitambo, we used to have those plastic carrier bags, the green ones and the black ones.
Yes.
So he told me, "You come in. Let me get you a carrier bag." So I said, "It's okay. I won't mind."
Yes.
So he told me, "Now I want you to give your carrier bag so that you can carry comfortably back home."
Yes.
So I didn't get inside the cube. We call them cubes.
Yes.
I didn't get inside the cube. So he told me, "Okay, let me wrap them, then I give you the fruits." So just outside. So the guy finished wrapping my fruits.
Yes.
So he came out. He told me, "Go and get them." That was a setup, a big one.
Yes.
And then something told me, "No, run."
Yes.
You know, I ran.
You left your plums.
I left them.
Excellence is something that we run after in our entire life. Excellence is something that is earned. Great people, if you're a diamond, then you have to go through fire. And today, we are in the midst of excellence. We are in the presence of a top CEO in a top leading company. Great people, Muko Tayari, are you ready to listen to our guest today? Welcome to the show. This is Excellence, and I am yours, Eltezzy. Hello!
Mr. Riebebee.
Mr. Riebebee.
Hi, yes.
Mambo vipi?
Poa sana.
How are you feeling this day?
I'm good.
You're good.
I'm blessed.
Fantastic.
Yes.
I know that our viewers are really eager to know, who is this CEO? Huyu ni nani? Ametoka wapi? What company is she from? Kwa sababu kuna wale ambao wamekuona na wale bado hawajakuona. Now, briefly, kindly explain to them, just tell them your name and which company you're from.
First of all, my name is Janet.
Yes.
Ndung'u.
Yes.
Currently, I'm working at GIM Limited. It's one of the leading real estate company in Kenya.
Yes.
Yes. We are the most. Sisi ndo genuine, sisi ndo tumebaki.
Sisi ndo true.
Sisi ndo tumebaki, tumesimama, acha nao wengine washaangushwa.
Yes.
Yes.
Wote wameangushwa na GIM Estate.
Yes.
Janet, how did you get to, get into real estate?
It's not some, you see, in life,
yes,
you cannot plan for some things. Actually, what I'm doing right now is not what I nilisomea.
Yes.
And some of these jobs tunaingianga by bahati mbaya. I can say bahati mbaya, bahati nzuri.
Yes.
Because I was jobless.
Yes.
At one point.
Yes.
And then I was looking for a job.
Yes.
I'm an accountant by profession. I did accounting. And somehow I stayed at home for 1 year.
Yes.
That was 4 years ago.
Yes.
And you see, for me, I'm that kind of a person who always pick what is along the way.
Yes.
I don't know how to, I did accounts, I have to specifically look for an accounting job.
Yes.
So for me, I always pick what is along the way. And that's what I normally tell my people or those people I meet. Because you never know.
Yeah.
Because if I said I have not done sales, because this is basically sales.
Yes.
Kama ningesema ni sales, spendi sales.
Yes.
Singekuwa hapa niko. Yes.
Yeah. So he kazi ya real estate is something that just came and you roll with it. How could you actually endelea?
You see, if I can give you a brief history about myself when I was in campus.
Yes.
No, before I got to campus after high school.
Yes.
There was this company called Orange. So kama unaweza kukumbuka Orange.
Yes. Orange ile ya
kitambo, long time ago.
Yes. Yes.
So I was at home.
Yes.
And then I told my aunt, unajua sasa ukiwa ushago, unasikianga you don't want to stay that place.
Yes.
So I decided, let me go to my aunt's place. At that time alikuwa naishi Ruaka.
Yeah.
So I went. In the process, nikamwambia, if you get something, ama ukisikia anything I can do, I'm ready for it.
Yes.
So akaniambia kuna hii kazi inafanywa, ameona kwa gazeti ya watu wanaweza uza SIM card.
Yes.
Na unajua hiyo time unatoa hizo SIM cards, unazunguka Nairobi. That's the time nilijua Nairobi. Sikuwa najua Nairobi vizuri.
Yes.
You see, when you are from the village, ujuangi Nairobi vizuri.
Yes.
So in the process,
wewe umetoka Shago.
Nilikuwa nimetoka. Okay, I'm from the village.
Goja, Madam Janet. Vile unakaa hivi, wewe umekulia Ushago.
Mimi ni kienyeji province.
Wewe ni kienyeji nini?
Ni kienyeji.
Wewe ni kienyeji province.
Hata ukiniona tu hivi.
Na vile umepiga look.
Wewe.
Utazibadi ni kienyeji
province.
Yes. Friend. Hapo sasa umeingia Ruaka. Now Janet, just hold there because naona ni kama umetufikisha Ruaka. There must be something very interesting. Ndio kuje paka hapa sasa. Kama at that point you're going to Ruaka, you're already grown up. Janet, who is Janet? Where were you born?
Okay.
Ulizaliwa, which is this village? that inatoa kienyeji Pro Max ana shine kama wewe.
So I was born in Lari.
Yes, Lari it's a constituency.
Yeah, in Kiambu.
Yes.
Actually, it is one of those constituencies in Kiambu yenye hata ijulikanangi. Ndio ilifanya watu wapigane 2-7. Do you know why?
Why?
Sababu venye walisema results za Lari zimekuja, people thought ni zile za Lari from Meru.
Oh.
So it became a problem. People don't even know where Lari is.
Yes.
So watu wa Lari kwenye mko mnaniona.
Watu wa Lari mko wapi bwana? Hatuwasikiani bwana.
Tuko kwa baridi. Sisi ndo tunatoanga baridi. Sisi ndo tunafungulia baridi.
Watu wa Lari wako tei. Yaani Janet anafanya mshine leo kwa sababu sisi watu wa Taita Bololo tuna shine hata kwa shinda. But today Janet tumefanya wa shine. Lari.
So I was born in a small village called Matimbei.
Matimbei village.
Yes. Yeah. Matimbei is in Kamboro location. Actually it is that's where you get a lot of tea plantation in Kiambu.
Yes.
Unajua kuna hii part ya Limuru, then the other side of between Githunguri and let me say Kimende.
Yes.
There's a village there called Matimbei. That is where I was born.
Yes.
My mom and my dad, they are still there.
Yes.
I'm the firstborn, the first daughter of the family.
Ah, fantastic.
And being the firstborn made me, maybe I can say, made me to be who I am today.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Because through my childhood, you see, being brought up in the village.
Yes.
Inakuanga, it's an experience on its own.
Yes.
Before sasa uanze experience your life.
It's an experience.
Being brought up in a village, it's another experience. Yes. Kama by the time unatoka uende Nairobi ama mahali pengine, already uko na degree fulani.
Yes. It's not easy. Maisha ya ushago. Unajua kule ni ushago. Janet is not easy. But me I was you know, me born town. I was born in Nairobi. Kumwani hapa. Anyway.
Now,
yes.
You see, I was just born by my parents.
Yes.
And I grew up just like any child in the village.
Yes.
And I had so many amazing experiences. Actually, when I just look back, then kiangalia the experience my kids are having right now, you cannot compare.
Yes.
Because at times, nakanga hivyo nakumbuka the things we used to do when I was and for me personally, I was a tomboy.
Yes. You are a tomboy.
Mimi nilikuwa ka tomboy. Unaona wale kwa Kikuyu tunasemanga waja kehi. You understand those kind of?
Yes.
Yeah. So kama if you are a Kikuyu, you understand.
Yes.
It is that ka girl mwenye amelelewa na boys.
Yes.
You grow up with boys.
Yes.
So most of my childhood, I was doing the boys' activities.
Yes.
So me, I was not doing the girls. Me, I beba doli, my friend.
Yes.
Me doli nimekuja kuziona nikiwa mkubwa. So me, the only game I was playing ni zile za soka na zile za kupigana chombo hivi na maboys. That's the kind of kukimbia, kupigana
mangumi.
And I was good.
Hey, na unakaa kweli unaweza pigana. I hope uliacha.
Okay. Mungu ameniokoa. Yes. Now, most of the games I can remember. Actually, right now, we used to have that specific game ya kushinda nani anaweza piga mwingine.
Yes.
Hakuna mtu alikuwa ananishinda.
Yes.
I was good at that.
Yes.
Then kuna zile games za kushindana kupanda kwa mti. Unajua miti zetu zilikuwa ngazina branches.
Yes.
So I had amazing childhood.
Yes.
Unaona. So sisi hatuko
right there in that village.
Yes. And then another thing, unaona swing zetu hazikuwa zile za kama zini watu wanaenda bouncing castle, sijui ni mnafanya those things.
Yes.
Yetu ilikuwa unashika kamba hivi. Sijui kama kwenu kwa msitu, unajua kuna hii msitu inaitwa Kirita.
Yes.
Kwenye wanatoanga hii kama
yes.
It is ni karibu na kwetu.
Yes.
Actually ukiwa kwetu unaona msitu imeanza pale. Actually kwetu na msitu hapo katikati kuna Nyayo T-zone.
Yes.
So most of the activities tuko unazifanyia kwa msitu.
Kwa msitu.
Unaona?
Yes.
So tukisikia tunataka kucheza tunaenda kwa msitu. Kuna zile plants zinakaa ni kama kamba hivi.
Yes.
Unaona? That's how they grow. Ziki grow along nini kwa miti.
Yes.
So there's a way we used to use them. Unashika mti hivi, hiyo inakaa kamba hivi. Unajiachilia, unaenda ile ngambo nyingine, unarudi nyingine.
Hiyo sio tunaona siku hizi ni inaitwa what?
Zipline. Now that's the original zipline. What an original. That in man. That's the natural zipline.
Yes.
So all that.
And what was the distance? Ilikuwa mbali?
Unatoka hii ngambo unaenda hii ngambo nyingine. And I was very young at that time. Actually then nilikuwa nimefika class 5. Yes.
And you were doing it by yourself?
We were doing it.
There was no coach or anything?
Sasa nikienda pale niangalie what we used to do, my friend. Hata sidhani naweza.
And that's what actually really shaped you.
Yeah, so we did all those kind of things. And unajua kwetu hakunanga kupumzika.
Yes.
Because where I come from,
yes,
it rains all the time.
Yes.
So kazi nyingi.
Yes, mmebarikiwa sana na mvua.
Kwetu watu wanafanya kazi kama punda.
Yes.
Niseme tu hivyo.
Kama punda.
Like akunanga ati kwenye ati sasa nao tushalima tunangoja kuvuna. Unajua nasikianga watu wanakuru ama area zingine wanasema tushamaliza kulima, tumemaliza kupalilia, sasa tunangoja. Hapana. Huko majani mnachuna hii wiki, before next week ishe majani shaanza kutoka. Kuna shamba, kuna ng'ombe, kuna everything. Unaona?
Huko ni kujituma.
Yes. So mimi hata waleo sijaimaliza hiyo trauma, hiyo kazi tulifanya.
Mlikuwa mnajituma kujituma. So your primary school. What did you do your primary school?
Well, before I get to primary school, or let me say when I was
yani hizi zote ulikuwa unafanya even before you go to primary school?
Yes.
That ziplining.
No, that part of kienyeji ziplining you cannot do. You see, at that time, to go to Nigeria nursery school, maybe by the age of 5 years. No, at that time you cannot do such things. Maybe between class 1 and class 4. Around that time, you are very naughty. Unaona? Mnaenda usiku, mnaenda kupanda kwa miti, all kind of stuff. And I think at that time, Kenya ilikuwa very safe. But about the safety, I remember there was a time, and this is very serious. Even my mom does not know what happened to me. Yes. Even my nobody knows about that. Now one day I was sent to my, let me say, my aunt's place. So the husband is the brother to my mom.
First of all, Janet, now here, now you are already in primary school.
Yes.
You're already in primary school.
So I'm beginning my primary school. Now I'm in between class 1 and maybe class 4. Around there. There's so many things that happened, but maybe I cannot remember all of them. But there are those specific ones that I really remember. And I can never forget.
So you were sent to your auntie?
Yeah, now my mom sent me to my, the lady was married to the brother to my dad. So when I was sent there, I was supposed to pick something, but unfortunately I didn't find the lady. But nilipata, I found the houseboy. There was a guy who was doing the house chores and whatever, you know. Yeah. So when I went there, then he told me, you know what, the lady is not there, but maybe you can come back later. So see, you know, you are just innocent. You want to go. Now the guy told me, now you just come here. Let me tell you something. He was, I think he was above 20 years. And I was just a small,
above 20 years.
I was just a small guy. So so I went back. He told me, oh, you like those plants? You see, where I come from, there are those red plants. And they're different. There's the yellow, the usual ones, and then there is the red, which is a bit bigger than the normal plants. So we used to like them. We call them plants za nyama. In Kikuyu we say plums si ya nyama. They taste different. You know, they have a very, very funny taste. And we used to love them. They were, you see, after the season of the normal plums, they used to mature later, not at the same season. So me, I went back, and then he told me, oh, would you like some? I said, yes. Okay, let's go and fetch them. We went to the trees, we took those plums. And then you see, I was just holding them like this.
So this guy, you were just going, you were heading back home.
I was going home. Like someone tells you, oh, the lady is not around. Okay, maybe I come later. So I was going. Then he called me back. He asked me.
The same guy that you met in the house. Around that place. Call you back.
He told me, oh,
let's go and get the plums.
So we went to the farm, the orchard. There are so many. So we picked them. Then he gave them to me. You see, I was just holding them like this. And in the village, there's a way we put our pullovers like this. Then you put all the fruits. So I was again going. Then he told me, oh, would you like me to give you a carrier bag? You see, remember, Kitambo, we used to have those plastic carrier bags, the green ones and the black ones. So he told me, you come in, let me get you a carrier bag. So I said, it's okay, I won't mind. So he went to his house. You see, for him, he was not living in the main house. There's those like
extensions.
You see, when you go to the villages, there's a way they build when you circumcise, or you know you are a grown up. You're given like a house. Just it's not far away from the main house, just somewhere around there. So that guy was living that kind of like a house. So he told me, now I want you to give your carrier bag so that you can carry comfortably back home. So I didn't get inside the cube. We call them cubes. I didn't get inside the cube. So he told me, okay, let me wrap them, then I give you the fruits. So just outside. So the guy I remember, and sometimes I feel like God normally protects us even when we don't know it or when we don't recognize it. So at that time, so the guy finished wrapping my fruits.
Yes.
So he came out. He told me, go and get them. That was a setup, a big one.
Yes.
And then something told me, no, run.
Yes.
You know, I ran.
You left your plums.
I left them.
Yes.
And that is a funny episode. Okay, let me say it is an experience that I normally leave that episode every time I remember that place.
Yes.
It's something that I never shared with my parents because you see, at that time, at our time, you couldn't share anything with your mom or your dad. Yes. But after I left, I ran. I didn't even look back.
Yes.
But I was so scared.
Yes.
I didn't know that there was, I don't know, at that time I didn't know whether there is something that is called rape or something like that.
Yes.
But something very, very strong told me, run.
Yes.
It's time to run. Yes. And I ran. And I remember I went for more than a kilometer without me looking back.
So was he coming after you?
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't. So later, when I grew up and I realized, wow.
So Janet, I would love to understand this clearly. This guy comes back. He tells you to go after the plants.
Yeah.
And you feel like it's not safe for you, and you run. Do you do it instantly? What happens?
You see the way I gave him the fruits I was expecting, because I was just outside the house, just near the door. You're just going to wrap the fruits, then you bring them back.
Yes.
The same way you took them.
Yes.
But the guy didn't bring the fruits.
Yes.
So he told me, go, they are there.
Yes.
Go and pick the fruits.
Yes.
And something strong came to me and told me, run.
So you just turned around and ran.
And I ran. And I was so scared. And I knew this is wrong.
Yes.
And somehow, I think from that experience, I learned how to be spiritual.
Yes.
Like I learned how to always listen to the small voice, which we normally ignore in life.
Yes, yes.
Because at times I remember if I decided to go and pick the fruits, that was a trap.
Yes.
Maybe I could have been raped.
Yes. According to those,
maybe I was 6 or 7 years.
The strategy that guy had was definitely to rape you. Now, Janet, so you just took off.
I took off. I went home.
You got to
I was
a place.
Scared.
Yeah, you got home. Then you went home direct.
Yeah, I went home direct. I was shaking. I didn't even share with my mom.
Yes,
and
you found them there, your parents?
Yeah, they were there. I didn't mention anything to them.
You just went silent.
Yes, and I was scared, and I would just remember every time about that incident.
Yes.
So, and I got to every time I go. You know, there's a way. Even when you live your life, maybe you're passing a place, maybe in the forest, or maybe you're alone.
Yes.
Then you feel like there's a way you feel like your body's shaking.
Yes. Yes.
We call it gunyerere. Like you feel there's some like, I don't know how to explain it.
Yes.
Yeah. So in life, it's very important.
Yes.
God speaks to us in so many ways, and that is one of the reasons. That is one of the ways in which God normally speaks to us.
Yes.
So the playing with boys combined with that incident made me fear boys too much.
Yeah.
Because I remember, for me, I knew if you come and greet me or you hug me, I'll be pregnant.
Yes.
You understand? Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, I know it's funny, but somehow it helped me to finish up with my schooling.
Yes.
And I graduated.
Innocently.
Yeah. In fact, I decided to have a kid when I felt like I'm ready.
Yes.
Mine was not an accident.
Yes.
Yes.
And that was because of that kind of a feeling, just understanding that hanging around boys is dangerous.
Yeah, they're dangerous.
Boys,
and then plus
boys
when I went
to be dangerous.
When I went to high school, there was another incident that also shaped my life.
Yes.
That thing was so huge because I went to Kampala International University in Kampala.
Yeah. Oh, in Kampala?
Yes.
In Uganda?
That's where I did my bachelor.
Wow.
Yes. Now, there was this incident that happened. There are some girls.
Yes.
They were raped. One of them died.
Yes.
They went clubbing, then one of them died. I think we were in first year.
Yes.
And now that thing made me remember what would have happened to me.
Were you in the same year?
Yes, the same year. Yes, I knew them.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Only one died. That thing was so...
All of them were raped.
No, only one. I think there were 4.
Yeah, there were 4.
If I can remember, there were 4.
Yes.
So it is a way, you see, like when there's, okay, I don't know, I don't want to judge people.
Yes.
I'm not a judging person.
Yes.
But according to what I heard,
yes,
they went on a drinking spree. Like, you see, there are those people, those girls who go to club, they expect men to buy the drinks for you for free, and then you go. Now, they used to buy for them, those guys. There are some guys who used to buy for them. Then one day, they said, okay, these guys are metuzoea. So they ran after them. You see, they are drunk. So the rest ran away. Only one was caught.
Yes.
And I heard that he was raped by more than 5 guys.
Yes.
So it was so bad.
Yes.
So the lady died. So that also came to shape my life, how I'm supposed to interact with. I was not a clubbing person.
Yes.
So I had friends who were drinking. Nini mtu wa SDA.
Nini mtu wa SDA.
Mtu wa church kabisa.
And
also
uninyunyizie maji.
Hapana, hiyo ni ya Catholic.
Ile Catholic.
Ni
wale wa
wale watu wa soya.
Ameniweka huru.
Hapana.
Yesu.
No.
Watu wa pole pole, taratibu. Yes.
Yes. So I naweza sema that thing also shaped my life also. Being a Christian, coming from a Christian background.
Yes.
I knew what was wrong and what was right for me.
Yes.
So
and that situation that you've just talked about, those girls in universities, that really happens, right?
True.
Even in Kenyan universities, in many other universities. What do you think is pushing these girls to be in such a situation that you intend, you have to look for guys to buy you drinks outside the schools, sugar daddies and everything? What do you think is happening in our universities?
Okay, for me, according to my opinion, you see people are different. People come from different backgrounds.
Yes.
And also people are different.
Yes.
Personally, I've never been that kind of a person who can be easily manipulated or kuna ile peer pressure.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
For me, if this is what I want, since I was a kid, if this is what I want to pass through that kahol.
Yes.
Hata kama nyiwo wengine mnapita kwa ile ingine.
Yes.
I'm that kind of a person.
Yes.
And sometimes I tend to think the reason why people behave like that is because maybe you don't even know who you are.
Yes.
They don't even know who they are and what they want in life.
Yes.
Because for me, at a very, very young age, nilikuwa najua what I want in life.
Yes.
You see, I told you I was brought up in a village.
Yes.
And village life was like a trauma.
Yes.
A trauma means it's something that will never go away.
You want to go back.
It has been there. Kazi ilikuwa nyingi. Mimi nilijua kwa mwana nikiwa a very young girl.
Unakamua ng'ombe? Hata sahi.
Hapana, sahi
sikamua.
Ukipatiwa hakuna ng'ombe.
Ukipatiwa utaanguka mtiani.
Ai.
If you're given 1,000 bob, not 1,000. I know not 1,000. Because if you're given 50k to milk a cow, utashindwa mtiani. You will go, utapita.
Hiyo ni kama kupita, my friend. Hiyo ni kama naenda nikiendanga. So for me, at the age of when I was in class 5, I remember.
Yes.
Nilikuwa nachua nyumba. Nafanya kila kitu. And I used to milk 2 cows.
Yes.
Asubuhi na jioni. Na napeleka maziwa. Na you can imagine. Watu wa siku sidhani kama wanaweza
kufanya kitu kama hiyo.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I did
watoto tu ni YouTube.
Na Cocomelon.
Yeah. Wako paka TikTok.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, you see, I wanted to tell you the reason why I am who I am today.
Yes.
So, being brought up in that kind of a setup.
Yes.
In a village.
Yes.
Hakukuwa na no resting.
Yes.
Hakukuwa historia kupumzika.
Yes.
I remember you used to wake up before 6.
Yes.
You prepare the breakfast, you do the morning chores in the house, then you go for tea picking.
Yes.
Uchuna majani wewe?
Sijawahi chuna majani. Nakunywa tu chai.
Unaitishanga chai?
Yes.
Before hiyo chai ifike hapo.
Badali kidogo, badali mingi. Asif mimi ndo nimejoka.
Asif wewe ndo umechuna.
Mimi ndo nimechuna. But do I say? So, great people of Kenya, you can see this is growing up with Janet, and Janet, your story is amazing. It's amazing. Mtu anakuangalia hivi, someone will say that's what you're going through, especially in your life. Kwa hivyo unasema the life in the village. Keep telling me, it's very interesting.
Okay, it depends where you come from. Some villages are maybe their lives are a bit better than where I came from, but for my village, It wasn't easy.
Yes.
And I said, you wake up before 6, you milk the cow.
Yes.
You do the house chores in the morning.
Yes.
You go and pick the tea leaves.
Yes.
Unapeleka. You see, there is this thing we call tea collection centers.
Yes.
There is the morning session and the afternoon session.
Yes.
So after that, you leave that place by 4, by 5.
Yes.
Hakuna kuni.
Yes.
You have to go and pick the firewood.
Hey.
And some villages, you have to go and collect water, maybe from the bowl or from the river.
Yes.
So for me, I used to hate that kind of life.
Yes.
I hated that life with passion.
And Janet, this is the junior high school, or this is the primary?
I'm still in primary school.
Yes.
I'm still in primary school. Yes.
Daily unakamua ng'ombe. Daily. This is holidays.
Yes. When you're not at school.
Yes. But when you're at school?
When you come for holidays, I remember there was a time we used to go and collect firewood, even on Christmas Day.
Yes.
On 24th, on Christmas, you see some people have started to need to cook chapati. Yes. Smelling the whole village. Yes. The smell of chapati smelling. And you are there heading to the forest to pick firewood. You understand?
Yes.
So unaenda tu menuna tu. Then your mom anaenda karibu na kugonga na kwambia wewe my mom, if you are watching me, hapa huko unafanya vizuri. Can you imagine on 24th?
On 24th.
24th, 25th.
Yesu akizaliwa.
Do you know why? She used to say, you have to pick all the firewood. So that when you go back to school, sitakuwa na shida. You understand?
Oh, so you have to pick for the whole time.
So she used to take advantage of us when you are around. We do so many things. Because when you go back to school, hiyo kazi itafanyika.
Yes.
So I didn't like that kind of a life. And I remember there was a time tulikuwa tunalima kwa shamba.
Yes.
Me and my sister.
Yes.
We said, hizi majembe.
Yes.
So sisi hatukuumbiwa hizi majembe. These jembes were not meant for us.
Yes.
They were not made for us.
Yes.
Then my mom was so furious. She said, okay, if you people don't end up like me, you have to work hard in school.
Yes.
And I also remember that statement up to date.
Up to today.
Yes.
Yes.
So that is something that made me to work hard.
Yes.
And at times I used to come and visit my aunt and I would see, you see, in Nairobi, they were living in single houses, you know, single rooms.
Yes.
Where you just wake up in the morning, you prepare the breakfast, you mop, and then you sit down. I was like, this is kind of life I wanted. This is kind of life I deserve. Remembering what I'm nateseka huko kwa kijiji. Me, I didn't want that. So I told God, no matter what, me this village life.
You don't want it.
I don't want it.
Yes.
And I remember I used to say, I don't want even boys to talk to me. Yes. Because I would see some of my neighbors, my cousins getting pregnant. You see, when you get pregnant, you are stuck there.
Yes. There's no going out, getting out
bahati. Yes. So for me, I knew this is not the kind of life I want. I knew when I was a very, very small girl. And I would admire those ladies who used to come to our place, driving cars, big cars. And I told God, and I keep saying, be careful what you pray for. So for me, I prayed and I told God, Mimi, this is not the kind of life I want. I want to be like that lady.
Yes.
One day I want to be somebody very important.
Yes.
Very important. Yes. And I want to stand in front of people and tell them, this is what God has done for me. Yes. Or this is how far God has brought me.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So to make a long story short, that's what made me
that's been
not drinking. Force. I didn't even, you see, like peer pressure.
Yes.
That's what making these guys do what they do.
Yes.
Because my friend is having a baba.
Yes.
My friend is having this. My friend is having this. And that is a very, very dangerous thing.
Yes.
Utafika age when you're above 30.
Yes.
Hata huyo mbaba hataki kuona. Sasa anafuata wenye wako nyuma yako.
Yes.
So you realize you have wasted a lot of time.
Yes.
If you had used that time well, ungekuwa mtu kwa society.
Yes.
Unaona? So peer pressure is a very, very dangerous thing. And people don't understand.
Yes.
The ability to say no.
Yes.
When your friends tell you, now we are supposed to go for drinking, or this is how you're supposed. It's like you don't know what you want. So you are living your friend's life.
You do not have you are not principled.
Exactly.
Yes.
If they tell you, oh, I'm supposed to do, let's go this, then you follow them.
Yes.
So that shows you don't even know what you want in life.
Yes, and Janet, there are some who say that the kind of the problems, the background situation at homes is what is driving them to get into such activities. Wanasema kwamba it's the poverty, not being able to get money to spend in the college, the help is not enough. Do you think that the home situation, the background poverty can lead a lady into that kind of a situation when they're in college, university?
No, that is just an excuse.
It's an excuse.
Kila mtu ako na past experience.
Yes.
There are people who have come from very poor backgrounds and they have made it in life.
Yes.
And again, I said, if you know what you want in life, it doesn't matter where you came from.
Yes.
Unaweza kuwa labda umelelewa kwa, maybe ulikuwa mnaishi kwa shimo, or you came from a cave. You used to live in a cave.
Yes.
But as long as you know who you are, what you want in life, utaenda far sana.
Yes. Now, Janet, you went to Kampala University. You have finished Kampala University. You did accounts there.
Yeah, I did accounts.
Then you came back to Kenya. You returned to Kenya. What happened after coming back to Kenya? Do you have to do again Kenyan system in regards to accounts?
No. Before we get to university, there's another whole story
in high school.
That is a story on its own. Now,
I tell you, diamond is really, it has to go too far.
I'm a real testimony. Testimony.
You're a real diamond.
I can write a book about myself.
Yes.
What happened about my life. Okay, now, nimekwambia at that time, primary school, nakaribia. Then something happened at home.
Yes.
There was an issue with my family land.
Yes.
So my dad alikuwa chini sana.
Yes.
So he couldn't pay for my school fees.
Yes.
And I remember when I was doing my KCPE.
Yes.
That was in class 8.
Yes.
Long time ago. That was long time ago. I don't know.
Yes.
Ulikuwa class gani your time?
Nilikuwa tu hapo mahali. Wacha nisichoke. Kuna mahali nafichanga point.
And something I keep saying, even when I was in high school, I used to say, I'm a star.
Yes.
A star always shines.
Yes.
Wherever you go. If you're a star, you cannot hide a star.
Yes.
So I was a very, very bright kid.
Yes.
Nilikuwa wale watoto, I was always top 3.
Yes.
Since I was in class 4.
Yes.
Okay? But when I did my class 8, I was number 2.
Yes.
Imagine all through, I used to be number 1 from class 7.
Yes.
But anyway, it happened.
Yes.
So I passed.
Yes.
And I was supposed to join Senior Chief Koinange High School.
Yes.
That is in Karori, Kiambu.
Yes.
But you see, my dad was in a position he couldn't pay my school fees. So everybody, okay, that was not the issue because eventually I went to Koinange High School.
Yes.
But now, another thing that shaped my life, some people will always talk about you. And I remember some people are saying, oh, amepita sana, unajua people from the village. Amepita sana, lakini hata kama amepita ataenda shule na nini. But God will always be faithful to those people who believe in Him. I went to high school. I did my Form 1, Form 2, and I was also performing well.
Yes.
I became even a captain when I was still in Form 1. Yes. Became a games captain. So my life was very good in Senior Chief Koinange High School.
Yes.
So later, I felt like I was so spiritual. No, wale watoto wa church. I wanted to now to move from Senior Chief Koinange to another school in Ukambani.
Yes.
It was I was supposed to go to Karura.
Yes.
There's a school called it is in Karura. It's an Adventist school. It is a very, very good school.
Yes.
But the school fees was too high.
Yes.
So my dad ended up taking me to Masi SDA in Ukambani. So I did part of the last term of not second year.
Yes.
Form 2, Form 2 and Form 3.
Yes.
But now, during that process, my mom are really suffering. My dad is suffering. There's no school fees. Remember, I'm the firstborn. We are 5 in our family. Yes. And at that time, I used to have, let me say, depression. That's when I realized, I didn't know I was depressed. I came to realize later that there is depression.
Yes.
Because I was never a happy child.
Yes.
I didn't know what is happening. All I knew is that there was nothing good about my life. Okay, because considering when you see, like when you're going to high school, you're given pocket money. You're supposed to buy this and this. For me, I didn't have that experience. Maybe when I was in Form 1 and part of Form 2. Now life became very, very hard for me.
Yes.
And I remember I would just be given the fare and maybe 200.
Yes.
At that time, hakukuwa na M-Pesa.
Yes.
So my dad used to send my pocket money through the poster.
Yes.
Mimi wa kitambo.
Oh, yes.
Kiona kama natumiwa pesa na poster, you just know I'm not a child of the other day.
Yes.
So, and I used to, I think that's where I started my Now being ambitious.
Yes.
Life is very tough.
In Form 3, that
I don't have even enough to sustain myself in high school.
Yes.
So I decided, instead of me buying this thing, I'll be buying 2 cartons of biscuit when I'm going to school.
Yes.
So I started selling and I started making
with that
profit.
200 shillings.
Yes.
Yes.
So I used to, no, you see, sometimes you are given maybe 200, 300, but I made sure I buy cartons of biscuit.
Of biscuit, yes.
You go home, you see, me, I was going to school like a boy. You see, like boys, how they used to go to school without shopping.
Yes.
I was going to school like that.
Yes.
But
this was a girls' school.
It was a mixed school. Yeah. But I had to survive.
Yes.
Sometimes you have to do whatever you have to do to survive.
Yes.
So I realized I don't have enough to buy me shopping. Yes. And I used to admire those girls with so many things in their bags.
Yes.
Like they have Colgate, they have Kiwi, they have those snacks. Was it called Mkorogo?
Yes,
how was it called?
Yes.
Yeah, all those things.
My.
Yes, I used to admire.
And your bag was empty.
Mine was empty. In fact, I put it open when people are there.
And books. Ama pia books zilikuwa ni shida.
No, books zilikuwa class.
Books zilikuwa class.
Yeah. So there's a way I used to set my box.
Oh, no.
Because I didn't want people to see.
Oh, no.
It was empty.
Yes.
So I started that habit of coming to school with cartons of biscuits.
Yes. Then
I sell in the evening.
Yes.
But that thing started when I was in Senior Chief Koinange, I remember. Yes. So I used to make profit.
Yes.
You see, you buy a biscuit, maybe 100, then you sell at 200. That 100. That's a lot of money back then. Yes. So if you have 200. Yeah. When they're done, if there is someone going home, you send them. So that's when I started to do some business. Some business.
Yes, to fight for yourself.
To survive.
Yes.
Yes. Now I did my high school. Something happened. There was when I was in not that year. Yes. Form 3. In South Sana.
Yes.
Form 3, something happened. I was sent for school fees.
Yes.
That was in first term.
Yes.
I didn't go back.
Yes. You refused to go back?
No, it's not like I refused. My parents couldn't afford.
Oh, you didn't go back to school?
Yes, I was so passionate about school. You see, when you're bright, you want to go far. Yes. You want to come out of the village. So you're fighting so hard to be someone in the society.
Yes.
And I knew the only way to leave that village was to get the good grades, maybe go to university, and I'll never come back to that village again. So that is what I was thinking. That was just, that is what I was thinking.
Yes.
Now, I was sent home for school fees. And I was told, don't come back again until you clear
the fees.
Yeah, the fees. So that was in first term.
Yes.
So I went home. So I didn't go back to school.
Yes.
So they closed. During opening for the second term, I didn't join them. So I stayed home.
Again.
Yes, again.
Yes.
So they went for a whole
really
term.
hard.
Second term, I was still absent.
Yes.
They closed. I was still at home.
Third term now.
This is second term.
Second term now.
They closed.
Yes.
I didn't join them.
Yes.
So that term, somehow, my dad managed to get small amount. So I went to school.
Yes.
No, I didn't go even that term.
Yes.
But now the following year, I was supposed to join Form 4. But remember, I've done very, okay, let me say, I didn't do much of Form 3. And KCSE was more of Form 3.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, if I go to Form 4, I've not done anything in Form 3. So I decided, okay, let me go back to Form 3.
Yes.
And I went back.
Yes.
Remember, all my friends had gone to Form 4.
Yes.
Now you're in Form 3. They were in Form 2 when you're in Form 3.
Yes.
You are there. It became even hard for me to make friends.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
And sometimes I see kids saying, "Oh, kama nikurudia mi sitaki shule." My friend, me, I went back to the same school.
Yes.
Mind you, I didn't even tell my dad I'm going back to Form 3.
Yes.
With my small knowledge at that time, I decided this is the right thing for me.
Yes.
And I knew all those friends.
Yes.
We come from different backgrounds.
Yes.
They have their good life. They come and shopping. All their boxes are full.
Yes.
But when I remember the situation I left at home, at time I used to go home. I used to go to school and I leave my parents without nothing. And you see, I used to think, oh, maybe they don't even have something to eat even today.
Yes.
So I began to have that anxiety. Whenever I remember home,
you want to work hard.
I feel bad. It used to affect me.
Yes.
No. Because I used to feel, I came to school, they didn't have anything, so how are they surviving? So I became like a small parent. You understand?
Yes.
So I matured when I was very young.
Yes.
Some of the things like you're not supposed, at my age, I was not supposed to be thinking about those things. I was just a child.
Yes.
I was under 18.
Yes.
I was supposed to enjoy my teenage life.
Yes.
And to live, maybe to have boyfriends.
Yes.
You understand? To enjoy those things that teenagers enjoy. But for me, I was not enjoying them. Because I was so worried about, because I don't know what is happening at home.
The situation back home.
Yes. So I was always depressed, but I didn't know.
Yes.
That was depression.
And even as you go back to Form 3 again, you're still uncertain about school fees also.
Yes, I'm still struggling. But now, there are some things you normally do, and then you are like, oh, God knows.
Yes.
So now, when I went back to school, there was this program in MCSD. I don't know whether, or the Adventist school.
Yes.
They normally have something we call a work program.
Yes.
So work program, you work in school.
Yes.
And then you are paid. At that time, they were paying 20 shillings per hour.
Yes.
You know the kind of job we were doing?
Yes.
They used to have a huge land, and we used to plant beans. We used to plant beans, we used to plant sukuma wiki.
Yes.
But for sukuma wiki, you are given your own garden, a small garden. And you remember it is Ukambani, there is no water.
Yes.
We used to have something called seranga.
Yes.
A big dam, it's like a dam.
Yes.
And remember, these people for work program are the ones trying to deepen the dam when it is not raining. So that when it rains, it becomes deeper and deeper. So that we can be able to get water. To irrigate on this sukuma wiki.
And all this is when you're still in Form 3.
Yes. When I went back to Form 3.
When you went back to Form 3.
Now I had to come up with a strategy.
Yes.
Now my parents cannot afford my school fees.
Yes.
And I had to finish no matter what.
Yes.
You understand? With my small thinking, I knew I have to do something.
Yes.
At least to ease the burden for my dad.
Yes.
And I used to go to school with even bursary. My dad used to walk. I remember those people who know my place. My dad used to walk for so many kilometers to go and get the form, to get it filled.
Yes.
Then take it back. Mguu.
Yes.
Hakuna gari anapanda because there is no money.
Yes.
Then he come back. You understand?
Yes.
No, like anakuja na form, anajaza, inaenda church, inaenda sijui kwa chief, inaenda wapi. Wakishamaliza anairudisha mguu.
Yes.
And when the checks are out, again he had to walk again to go and get the check and to come back.
Yes.
So somehow about what my dad used to do for me also changed my life.
Yes.
And I became a bit more responsible.
Yes.
Because I didn't want to let down my parents.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Because I cannot have my dad walking like that.
Yes.
Matembea kama Masai, ngombe za Masai.
Yes.
And then nakuja Nairobi, najiwaste. Like I mess my life. What kind of a person ningekuwa?
No.
You understand?
So now, Janet, you had to do the work for.
The work program.
Work program.
Yes.
That was when you were in Form 3 at Ukambani.
Yeah. Yes.
And this work program, was it part of the? How did you know about it?
You see, before I joined work program, I used to see them around.
Yes. When you're still studying.
Yes.
Yes.
They
Not
have
holidays, school days.
Okay. Yes. They do it all the time.
Yes.
And when I joined that school at the end of Form 2, I saw them.
Yes.
And then it's something I came to realize, all the Adventist school, they have work program. Even in universities.
Yes.
We have universities.
Yes.
They have work program.
Yes.
For those people who cannot afford to pay for their school fees.
Is this work program in the vicinity, in the compound of the school, or outside the school?
Instead of the school hiring some services, they get students to do that job, and then they pay
inside the school.
Inside the school. Okay. Even during, you see, like for the work program, I remember we used to wake up by 4.
Yes.
You see, other students are waking up by 5.
Yes.
For us, we wake up by 4.
Yes.
And you see in Ukambani, it's not like here. Yes. By 4, it's not dark.
Yes.
So you have to go and harvest at that time.
Yes.
Early in the morning.
Yes.
You harvest. You water your plants, that is sukuma wiki.
Yes.
You do all those kind of jobs.
Yes.
And when other kids, maybe in the evening, after now class work.
Yes.
There's that part where we used to maybe go to the dorms, eat, go to the canteens.
Yes.
For us, we didn't have that luxury.
Yes.
So for us, we used to go to our farms.
Yes.
You understand? So for us, it was not just a normal high school life.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Because you feel like you are poor.
Yes.
You don't deserve that kind of life other students are they're enjoying. Because when others are enjoying, they're having their dates with their boyfriends. They're walking around the school with their boyfriends. For you are busy carrying jerry cans full of water in Ukambani. So it is very hot in Ukambani.
Yes.
You are irrigating on your so that you can pick them, take them to the kitchen. They count for you. Then you have sold this amount for the school.
Yes. And did you used to get stigmatized because of that with the other students?
Of course.
Yes.
Stigmatization is there. But for me, what I said in the beginning, it depends who you are. For me, I think because, you see, when you go through so many problems, at times you don't even care what people think. That's when you are strong. You don't even care.
Yes.
And somehow even the friends I used to have when I was the first time I did my Form 3, they were no longer my friends because they don't want to be associated with somebody like me, somebody who is doing work program. You see, it was somehow an embarrassment. But for me, I knew where I came from. I knew my family. I knew where I want to go.
So you gave it your all.
Yes. And I knew after I'm done with high school, maybe that would be the end of it.
Yes.
Because our principal used to tell us, you see, all this, the friendship you have right now, maybe they won't be your friends when you go to campus. You'll have new friends.
Yes.
For me, I didn't care, considering I had so many problems.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And you see, even in dorms, if you don't have enough shopping, you see, there's a way we used to mix the shopping. Like you bring your stuff, we put in our box, or the shopping, then your box, we put our clothes.
Yes.
If you're in work program, you have nothing. So nobody wants to mix the stuff because they have them, you don't have them. You understand? Life was very hard back then. But I did my work program. I didn't even tell my dad when I went back. There were no phones at that time.
Yes.
So I went back. That was in Form 3.
Yes.
During the holidays.
Yes.
For us, we are not going home.
Yes.
So we are just going home maybe for 1 week. But the rest of the term, or the rest of the holiday time, you have to be in school.
Yes.
You are the people who we used to plant trees.
You are feeding the
ironing,
school.
Doing all kinds, pruning all the trees. In fact, we are the ones who are doing that.
Yes.
And there was someone who used to supervise us.
Yes.
You wake up early in the morning, you get your porridge. You can't even afford a loaf of bread or something because you have nothing.
Yes.
You don't even have fare.
Yes.
Okay.
So they put this 20 shillings for you. They save it for you
every hour.
And do they save it for you somewhere so you can get?
No, you see, they count it. No, you're not given.
Yeah.
It is there to reduce your school fees.
Allah.
So I was working, and hey, I got thin. I was so small.
Yes.
Because I remember I was weighing 45 kg, 45 to 49. I was never 50 kg.
Yes.
So I did my work program. That was in Form 3. I went for Christmas. Actually, I remember even Jamhuri. I was in that school. I didn't go home. So I went home on 23rd.
Yes.
That's when I went home.
Yes.
And my dad thought maybe I had gone to my auntie's place, but I was in school doing that kind of hard work. It was really hard.
Yes.
Sometimes you used to carry stones.
Yes.
Because you see, digging a siranga. I don't know whether you have ever seen a siranga.
No.
Kwani umetoka wapi?
I'm telling you, Janet.
No. Have you ever seen those they are like dams? Even when you go to Masai land, they are like big dams.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen dams.
Those are the sirangas.
Those are the
dry places.
Yes.
Yeah. They are called sirangas. I don't know. Maybe that's the Kamba name.
Yes.
That's how we used to name them.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. During dry season, they
Yes.
Yeah. So they dig those dams. They make them deep and deep and deep every time during dry season. So when it rains, the water will get there.
Yes.
At least you will have plenty for during the rain season.
Yes.
Those are the sirangas. Now you can imagine digging those things and carrying those big stones up.
Yes.
And we didn't have those machineries. We didn't have the wheelbarrows. You know, the normal wheelbarrows.
Yes.
You carry with your bag. So it was very hard for me.
It's not just planting and pruning.
And it was not something that now today I feel like yesterday I got tired, today we are doing apana. There was a supervisor who was saying, now today we are doing this, today we are doing this, today we are carrying stones. Okay?
Yes.
Lunchtime is over. Let's go back to work. You understand?
Yes.
So it was so hard.
And after you finished
that was that time.
Were you able to reduce the fees?
Kind of. I tried, but it wasn't enough. It was not much.
Significant.
Yeah, but I did what? I didn't tell my dad at that time.
Yeah.
So came, we went for holiday. That was that time, Christmas. We went for Christmas. Then we came back. At that time, I was supposed to be now in Form 4. So I remember we did some few weeks of January. On February, I will never forget. I think it was on February, at the beginning of February.
Yes, Form 4.
Yeah, we were sent home for school fees again. And remember, I don't have anywhere to go.
Yes.
And I was that like a small parent. I used to think, there is no money. My parents cannot get money. And I was I was trying to convince my deputy master. He's the one who was sending us home.
Yes.
So I went there and I was crying every time I was being sent home for school fees.
Yes,
I was crying.
You cry, yeah, you cry.
You see, like you cry. You feel like others are laughing. Oh, we're going home. For me, I didn't want to go home.
Yes.
Because I know the situation at home. Even getting that fare to go and come back was a big problem.
Yes. And by this time you had left the work program.
I'm still at work program.
You're still at work program.
I'm still working.
And they're still chasing you.
And they're still chasing because they told me I had a school fees of 50,000 balance.
Yes.
You see, we used to pay 30 something, between 26 and 30 school fees per year.
Per year.
At that time. Now, my outstanding balance at that time was 50 something.
Yes.
So that was almost a year plus, which was not paid.
Yes.
So I went to the deputy headmaster principal. I explained my situation. I told him, you know what, you see, I repeated, I don't want to go home. If I go home, I'm going to lose. I wish
doomed.
Just allow me to be here. At least the school fees will reduce as I work. Then he told me, no, you have to go home, let your parents see you so that they can work harder.
Yeah.
And the funny thing, I remember about that day, of all the days they used to send me home for school fees, I used to cry. That day I did cry. I just went somewhere, I sat, I told God, there was something my mom used to say. If God say that you never finish your high school, you never finish your high school. But if God said, or God decide that you are going to go up to maybe the highest level, that's what will happen to your life.
Yes.
So for me, I said, okay, fine. I've been crying, and God, you have decided not to hear me.
Yes.
So I'll never cry. I won't cry. Now I started having another strategy. I've been working as a work program. You see, that job is very difficult.
Yes.
Now I thought, okay, I'm going home. In fact, I didn't have any amount.
Yes.
So I told my dad. He sent me money through the poster. Actually, he sent me 500. But the Basa refused to give me 200. He gave me 300. Yeah. Alinibia. But it's okay. So you have a huge.
And this again, you also had to wait after you.
I had to wait.
You have to wait.
Yeah.
More days.
And they used to give us meal card.
Yes.
So you can imagine you cannot even access even food.
Yes.
So you see, there are those students when you're saying I don't stuck in Gali. For me, it was okay. You bring it. That is how I survived for those days.
Yeah.
So my dad sent me the 500. The Basa refused to give me 200. So she gave me 300. I came back home. But I remember that journey from Masi to my place. I didn't shed even a single tear.
Yeah.
Because I said, maybe God has decided I'm not supposed to finish.
Yes.
So I'm going to look for a job as a house girl.
Yes.
That was what was in my mind. So I went home. You see, I thought I'm okay. I've got everything. And because how?
Yeah.
Kumbe, I was so depressed. I was getting into depression deeper and deeper and deeper than I thought.
Yes.
And I didn't know it was depression.
Yes.
So I remember my village mate, they used to say, hi, Janet.
Yes.
I was so bitter with life.
So bitter with life. Yeah.
I was so bitter with everyone, with life. I was not talking to anyone.
Yes.
My mom would tell me, let's go to get the firewood. I would still follow without complaining, without asking questions. And it was like, I was so broken.
Yes.
I don't know whether you have reached a place in your life where you feel you're so broken. You don't care.
Yes.
You don't care about anything.
Yes.
If this is what God wants with your life, let it be.
Yes.
I don't care.
Yes.
So that is me.
Yes. At that moment,
I was so broken.
Yes.
People used to think msichana wa Ndung'u anakuwa na maringo sana.
Yes.
Basi maringo nilikuwa na. I was so depressed.
It
was the pain. No, have you ever been like you are in pain but you're not crying?
Yes.
Like your heart is so hard. Yeah. No, it's like you become numb.
Yes.
numb. You cannot feel pain. That is how I was at that time.
Yes.
And I remember one time we went
it's eating you inside.
It was eating me, but I'm in that situation. I feel like I'm in control.
Yes.
I'm in control of everything. I don't care.
Yes.
But it is eating me down.
Slowly.
And maybe my mom used to feel, okay, I was a very, very good child.
Yes.
And I remember I never gave my mom trouble at all.
Yes.
You see that child, when ukimwambia, now this is the way we are supposed to go, do this, that is what I used to do. I never gave my mom any problem.
Yes.
So at that situation, it became, maybe my mom used to say, she's a good kid. You say?
Yes.
But I didn't care about my life.
Yes.
And we used to go to pick leaves, to get the firewood, to go for farming. I was not even talking.
No, Janet. This is when this is first term.
First term of form.
After repeating.
Yes.
And you're not still going to school.
Now I've been sent home.
Yes.
Now it has been a month.
Yes, it has been a month.
So the other students, they are registering for KCSE. And I'm still at home. In fact, I did late registration. But you see, what happened?
Yes.
I stayed at home for a whole month.
Yes.
And I was okay. I said, okay, fine. Now this is my life.
Come on, evil. Let it be.
Come on, nimbaya.
That's God will take.
Okay, let me just look for other ways. If I can, and I thought maybe, okay, fine. I need to have a plan B.
Yes.
If my mom and my dad cannot afford to pay my school fees, if I go and become a house girl, I'm going to save. I'm a good person. I won't disturb. I'm going to save money and then come and finish. You understand? My high school. So I stayed at home. Funny enough, I remember there was a time we went for farming, and I sat somewhere. I think that is when I spoke to God directly.
Yes.
I don't know whether you have ever prayed.
Yes.
You have that conviction. You feel like now God is there.
Yes.
Because I sat down. I was just in the middle of a farm.
Yes.
Maize farm, to be precise.
Yes.
And I looked up.
Yes.
You see, when you look up, you just see the sky. There's nothing else.
Yes.
Then I told God, I know you are looking at me. You are looking down at me the way I'm looking at you, even if I can't see. But God, I want you to show me the way. If I'm not meant to finish high school, it's okay. Let your will be done. And I'm going to accept it willingly, and I didn't blame God. You see, like the way you're so mad with God, you say, God is not this, God is... No, I didn't reach to that situation, because somehow I felt like, you see, when you're brought up in a Christian family, you feel like you fear God. Like you cannot do anything, or you cannot even think or say something that you know it is against God. So I had that painful. I cried, and I told God, I've not cried for a long time since I was sent for school fees, and I cried and I cried. And I said, I'll never cry again because of school fees or anything else. I don't care.
Yes.
Now, open for me another chapter of my life. So funny enough, there was my aunt. You see, the story I told you, the lady I was going to look for, the guy who wanted to abuse me.
Yes.
The same lady had a connection with another lady. That lady, okay, she has a children's center. This year they are up to date.
Yes.
It's called New Hope Children's Center in Uplands. It is there. They house so many kids. So this lady, they used to know each other. So she came and told my dad, Oti, if you go and talk to that lady with Children's Center, maybe there's so many wazungus, you know, the white guys, Americans, they used to come to that Children's Center, and maybe something good might come out of it. So my dad went. I was just at home, doing the usual stuff, cooking for my kids, doing the house chores. So when my dad went, he didn't tell us. You know, sometimes they don't tell you where they're going. So he went and he came back. He had this big Motorola. They used to call Motorola with a big, with a big aerial. Yeah. So my dad used to have that one.
Yes.
So when he came back, then he called me with my mom. He explained what had happened. And then, kumbe, alikuwa amechukua number, the lady.
Yes.
So the lady told him, when you go back home, let me talk to your daughter. So my dad called her. We talked. And then we would talk and then say, okay, let me call you back. Kumbe, the lady is speaking to another headmaster in another school.
Yes.
And then she's asking, have you done this unit? Which combination have you done? Because you remember when you get to Form 3, Form 4, there are these subjects you have to select.
Yes.
So it was like we talk for a few minutes, ask some questions, and then hang up, and then I'll call you back. So that is how that conversation was. Then after that, she said, just come back to my place tomorrow and come with uniform. So I was like, okay, fine, let me go. You see, it was disappointments after disappointments. Okay, let me go, let me try this. So when I went, we talked for a long time, and she told me something. Janet, this is what I want to tell you. And sometimes I feel bad because since, okay, I need to go there and meet her again.
Yes.
I've not gone there personally to thank her. That is something like nafil niko na hiyo deni kubwa sana. And she told me, I will never forget her words. She said, Janet, you'll never cry again because of school fees. As long as you live, you'll never cry because of your education.
Yes.
You see, at that time, I didn't feel like she was making sense.
Yes.
Considering what I've gone through since high school. So the following, actually, when I went to her place that day, I didn't go home because I had the school. She told me to come with the uniform and the books and everything, which I had. And remember, most of the books I had left
at school.
So I went to that school. It was in Jambini.
Yes, a new school now. Yes.
So the lady said, instead of me clearing the school fees of 50,000, because you have not even registered for 4. Let me take you to a new school.
Yes.
So that's what the lady did. She took me to to that school.
Yes.
For the first time in my life.
Yes.
I started living life.
You went to the shop.
Like I was living. I was not living, my friend. You are just small. Yes. You started having problems when you are young.
Young.
At your age. You're not supposed to be worrying about school fees or or what your mom, whether your mom have anything to eat or maybe your kids.
Yes.
You understand? So I was not supposed to go through that experiences.
Yes.
But you see, being a firstborn, you're the one who is seeing what is happening at home.
Yes.
You understand? So, and that's why I was very, very careful with what I was doing with my life. Because I didn't want to end up living that kind of a life again.
Yes.
So I went to that school. I did my high school, and I passed. So that was, you remember during the post-election violence, that was in 2007.
Yes.
The following year, you see, after I'm done with my high school, that was at the end of 2007, right?
Yes.
The following year, in February, I was on my way to university.
Wow.
Yes.
You passed with flying colors.
So I went. Yes, God is faithful. Though I didn't pass the way I wanted to pass because I was a very, very bright child.
Yes.
So I went. I was admitted. We did the pre-university.
Kampala now.
Yeah. You see, when you go to another, they have their own.
Did you select this Kampala University?
Sorry?
What happened that you joined Kampala?
You see, when you get a sponsor, for me, okay, I would have preferred to join the local university. But when you don't have anything, you don't have school fees.
Yes.
So your sponsor say, I'm done with the. Okay, he had other 3 girls.
Yes.
Who was sponsoring in Kampala, and then he was done with them.
Yes.
So he was taking another bunch of 3 girls. So I was among those 3 girls who were going to Kampala University.
Oh yes.
So Bahati too. So I left.
Yeah. Now let me ask you a question, Janet. The lady, was she the sponsor or she connected you to another person?
Okay, now the lady with the children's center.
Yes.
It's a big one.
Yes.
So there are so many sponsors who normally come to the children's center.
Yes.
At times he would just go to UK, to US to seek for funds to run there.
Yes.
So during those visits, that's when he met this. He's a very big bishop in UK.
Yes.
He's a Ghanaian bishop.
Yes.
He's called Bishop Sapong.
Yes.
He's one of the...
Bishop Sapong.
Yeah, Bishop Sapong.
Bishop Sapong.
And, yes,
what's
he's a great
name?
guy.
Bishop?
Sapong. He's called Sapong. He's a Ghanaian.
Yes.
He's not a Kenyan.
Yes.
He's a Ghanaian. And he has done wonders in Africa. He has sponsored kids all over Africa. Kenya, Ethiopia, Eritrea, Nigeria, Ghana. You understand?
Yes.
So, I don't know. That guy, he became a blessing in my life.
Yes.
He's Bishop, one of those guys.
I would just love you before we continue. Would you just thank him? Bishop Sapong.
Yes.
Do you know, Bishop Sapong, that you touched a life that is touching so many lives here in Kenya? Just thank you before we continue.
Dad, wherever you are right now, I would like to say thank you.
Yes.
You changed my life.
Yes.
it has been long since maybe we met, but I don't even know what I can say, but may God bless you and bless your family.
Yes.
Yes.
And the lady?
The lady?
Yes.
Thank you so much, Mom.
Just say her name. Say
I don't know.
She's got Anne.
She's got Anne. She's the founder of New Hope Children's Center.
Yes.
And we are planning, we should go there.
Yeah, we should go
see the kids.
Yes.
Bring them something small.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
You became a pillar.
Yes.
And you changed my life forever.
Yes. New Hope?
New Hope Children's Center.
New Hope Children's Center. Guys, I know you're watching back there home. Now you know about New Hope, and Madam Janet is going to organize. We're definitely going there.
Yeah.
So take me to, now you're in Kampala, and you're going through all that in Kampala. How did you, because now people want to know, how was Kampala University? Life has changed. You definitely have a sponsor right now. The sponsor is basically at least helping you meet your bills, food and everything. How was life in campus?
Well, Kampala was now, it was another life.
Yes.
It was a different life from what I had gone through.
Yes.
Because when, you see the bishop, the dad, alituweka, like the life I used to have is not the life we had in Kampala.
Yes.
Because Kampala University, where it is, it is one of the best, the most expensive places of Kampala.
Yes.
It's like schooling in Karen.
Yes.
Even, you understand?
I think even the late president, is it Kibaki, when was at some point there. So many scholars have been to Kampala University.
Yes, Kampala University. Now, there is Kampala University and there is Kampala International University.
Yes. So
now, for this, international is a bit bigger.
Yes.
It has so many international students. Most of the students used to fly in.
So you are in which one? Kampala University or International?
International. International is a big one.
Now already you can see the light in life. I can see even as you're speaking, your eyes are glittering. Because at least life was good there at least.
It was
Things
amazing.
had changed. Yeah.
Everything changed because you see, getting a sponsor who is willing to get for you a bungalow, 3-bedroom bungalow. Can you imagine?
Yes.
So he used to rent the bungalow for us. We were 3.
From the village.
Na bedroom yake.
From the village.
Yes. And he used to send shopping from UK.
Oh.
So, yes.
So you are no longer
every semester, he used to send new. I used to
pata wheelie because
really, my friend used to send. You know, even imagine getting someone who send even the soap from UK, the Imperial leather.
So there is
soap.
So there is no more. Hakuna chamanelo ya panga.
Hakuna panga. And then the funny thing, they used to send us the clothes from UK.
Yes.
Then after hours, we realized, oh, this was the fashion in UK. Before they get here, we already had the type of clothes. You understand? So we were having the fashion before they reached East Africa.
Yes.
So that was very, very fortunate of us.
Yes. So you are like a family. You came from Kenya to UK from the Bishop Sapong, like a family. You are a couple of you.
Yeah, we were, we were 3.
You were 3.
He had a bunch of 3 girls before we came.
Yeah.
So we got the house with everything.
Yes.
Like the couches, the beds, the fridge, the dining set. Like we had everything. It was like a home. Hey. And funny enough, you see the boys who were pursuing us, they used to fear us because they thought, Mrs. Shikana now, these are very rich kids. Yes. But knowing where you come from, you are like, oh, I wish you know where I come from.
Yes.
Because you see, when you're in campus, you tend to visit each other's places.
Yes.
Like I go to your place, you come to my place. And then you come to my place, there is a big TV, there is a dining set, there is a couches. You have your own bedroom, my friend. Even when where you are living, you live with Eritreans. Because I remember at those estates, we used to live with the Eritreans. You know those foreigners who used to come to Uganda to do business. So, alituweka, you see, the kind of life we were living in Uganda, it was very different.
Yes.
Very different.
Yes.
And to somehow I came to realize, maybe you can suffer for a little while in life.
Yes.
But God, that doesn't mean that God will never come to rescue you.
Yes.
Because I cried so many times because of my education.
Yes.
And there I was.
Yes.
That kind of life. You understand?
Yes.
I'm having everything. You see, Dad used to send us everything.
Yes.
He used to send money in pounds.
Yes.
In UK, they send money in pounds, my friend.
Yes.
So you get your school fees paid.
Yes.
The rent. Everything in the house.
Yes.
You see, it was amazing.
Yes.
Very amazing.
God had you.
God.
That moment, that defining moment that you looked up to this guy.
God always come at the right time.
And Janet,
yes.
Many of the people can't go through a lot in life. And when they get that opportunity, they miss. What kept you?
Maybe, I don't know, I can't say, maybe it's God.
Yeah, it's grace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, I said, knowing who you are,
yes,
where you're coming from, and the kind of person you want to be in future.
You remember where you're from.
And you see, I told you, when I was a very young girl in the village, I remember there was a lady who came to my village.
Yes.
And then she had a big car.
Yes.
You see those big cars?
Yes.
At that time, they were called Pajero.
Pajero.
I don't know whether they are still there. The Pajeros. And I saw myself and I was like, one day I'll be riding this kind of car, the big ones. Even up today, I still remember.
Yes.
And I was like, I want to be like that kind of a person.
Yes.
So in between now and where my dreams are, I don't want any funny relationship with boys to mess my life.
Yes, yes.
So I knew exactly what I want in life.
Yes.
I know this is the way, this is the path, and nobody or anything that is going to make me leave the path I had to follow.
Yes. So Janet, you completed Kampala University.
Yes.
Then came back to Kenya.
Yes, I came back. Now, when I came back, first before I get a job, you see, you're done with your campus, you have your degree, you're on top of the world.
Yes.
Oh, you see, like the way we used to introduce ourselves. Oh, my name is Janet. I'm from Kampala International. Blah blah. I'm pursuing bachelor.
Yes.
You see, we used to feel good.
Yes.
But now, when you're done with your degree, you remember now this is it.
Now I have to make it on my own.
Yes.
Papa
and everybody is looking at you.
Yes. And where is Dad at that time, Bishop?
No, you see, okay, at that point, no, they came even for graduation. They did a big party for us.
Yes.
So we were so happy. Now, at that point, you don't now keep bothering, becoming a burden. You understand?
Yes.
Because you remember, he has other people. He's helping.
Yes.
His organization is wide.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, fine. Now, when you go to Kenya, you try to look for any job. You want to be an accountant. You want to be this. You want to get a lot of money. But shock on my face when I came back. You don't have any relative who has a big company. Your dad does not have a company. You send so many CVs everywhere. Then my dad is telling me, oh, there is this politician who wants to be in... You know those stories?
Yes.
Your uncles taking CVs. We have gone through those experiences.
Yes.
So it did... nothing happened, but I thank my aunt. There is my aunt called Auntie Chiro.
Yes.
And one day, you see, I called her and I told her, you know what, I'm in the village. I'm looking for a job. Ukisikia job yote, please don't forget to call me. So
kutoka
I'm still in the village, and the funny thing, you see what was making me feel like I want to run away from this village. I came back to the same jobs. You understand? At that time it was bad. At that time it was bad because now we used to plug those tea leaves from from Nyaotizon. There's so many plantation of Nyaotizons. I don't know whether they are government or they are parastatals.
Yes.
They're so big.
Yes.
So we used to pluck tea leaves from those plantations.
Yes.
And they're huge. So all my neighbors who didn't go to school, you know what they used to say?
Yes.
Hata wenye wamesoma wako tu hapa na sisi.
Hold it right there, Janet. Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard this story, and you're going to even hear much more, because you know what? Life is a journey. Excellence, success is something that does not just come in one day. You have to keep pursuing it. In our next episode, Janet is going to tell us more and give us more of the story. It is captivating. Janet, umepitia vingi. Wacha tuwaweke hold, alafu tuendelee kwa next, ndio?
Okay.
Sawa.